Why are those people allowed to escape justice? And why does the Army continue to push these allegations forward and take allegations that everyone knows are false and drive them forward to court-martial? This is Mike Waddington. In this video, I want to talk about a news story that had to do with sexual assault in the military. This time, however, it was a little bit different. So this article is very brief, and it basically said that out of Fort Sill, some trainees, I think it was 3 in total, made allegations against dozens of soldiers and drill sergeants, accusing them of multiple counts of sexual assault, abusive sexual contact, and it supposedly happened all over Fort Sill. Well, CID comes in, as they always do, guns a-blazing. They never look into the background of the person making the allegations because they are trained to believe the victim no matter what. That even includes fake victims, lying victims, false victims, people with serious psychiatric problems. They're told to believe them all. And that's what they did here. According to this newspaper article, they interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people, spent thousands and thousands of hours, that's multiple thousands of hours, interviewing people to dig into these false sexual assault allegations. In the end, it turns out they're completely fabricated. Into 3 people that made the allegations somehow were separated from the military. But in the news article, the Army made it very clear that they were not being separated for making false allegations and trying to ruin the career of several dozen people. They were being separated for other reasons. At what point in time do people start getting upset with and tired of people lying, making false allegations? Why is it any different in a case like this, where a person is making false allegations knowingly with the intent to deceive for whatever reason? Why are those people allowed to escape justice? And why does the Army continue to push these allegations forward and take allegations that everyone knows are false and drive them forward to court-martial? This is getting old. It's an injustice for anyone who's on the receiving end. That's the family member of the soldier, sailor, airman, Marine that's falsely accused. That's the service member themselves. It's all the time, energy that goes into it, the money that these people spend to clear their name when they're falsely accused, the amount of money the government spends on investigating these cases, the amount of man hours they spend interviewing people, instead of going right to the source and looking at who's making the allegation and then quickly determining whether the person's credible. That's what you do in daily life whenever someone says something to you. If they're known to be a liar or they have a motive, then you're more suspect. You don't immediately believe what that person says. Go out there and talk to anyone who's a trainee or has been in for 15 years or more, and they'll tell you the same thing. They're tired of the SHARP and SARC teaching. It's a bunch of BS classes taught by a bunch of very naive people with an agenda. The classes are designed to drive division within the unit, to drive suspicion between the sexes. They have the opposite effect of what the government thinks they're accomplishing by making everyone think that they're a victim, by promoting and paying off fake victims with VA benefits, which is very common. Military sexual trauma, I talk about that a lot. You can get paid for making a false allegation, service-connected, for the rest of your life, virtually no questions asked. Again, if you don't believe me, Google it. It's something we deal with all the time. It's beyond ridiculous. There are a lot of people getting caught up in these false allegations and having their lives ruined. I do not want my kids to serve in the military at this point. My son's finishing up his tour, and I want him out because of this, not because of any other threats that are out there. It's a very hostile work environment, and it's created solely by the politically correct leadership sitting up there in Washington, D.C., trying to be social justice warriors instead of shaping our force to be the best fighting force of this century. If you like our content, like and click subscribe below.